that. So he's like this in my coochie. Okay. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leah, if you guys did not know already. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. Yeah, Vlogmas Day 20. As you guys know, well, duh, because you're watching the video, I did just have a baby. So yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys my labor and delivery story. I did not get a lot of footage because I did have to get an emergency C-section. So that was never, you know, in the plan. It was never talked about. So I was not prepared of how to film, you know, a lot of stuff in the hospital. I know a lot of girls really be filming their whole process, and that was my plan. But it just, when things start happening quick, nobody was thinking, where's Leah's cameras? Well, how can I get the best angle? Like, you know what? And I only had my boyfriend there with me, so he was just worried because it's like everything happened. Everything was so hectic and it happened so fast. So I'm gonna kind of do this like vlog slash story time so you guys can kind of get an understanding of what happened. If you guys have been following Vlogmas, and I was telling you guys about like my last doctor's appointment, that was on a Monday, right? So that was the 14th, and I made my decision like, okay, my baby's heart rate at this point had dropped. She wanted to induce me, but it wasn't a real reason. She just wanted to induce me. She didn't like really give me a reason as to why. She just said she wanted to, and I was supposed to go to the doctor, to the hospital that Friday before that Monday of that appointment, but I was like, no, I want more information about inducing. I don't know nothing about this, and when I ask you a question, you're not really giving me no good feedback. You're making it seem like I'm bothering you. So yeah, so I decided not to go, and I just decided to go to my doctor's appointment. When I went to my doctor's appointment, I noticed that my baby's heart rate had dropped. Nobody in the doctor's office, not the nurse, not my actual OB, no one pointed out the fact that my baby's my baby's heart rate had dropped, but I knew because I went to the doctor that Friday when she told me she wanted to induce me, and her heart rate was like 147. When I got to the hospital, when I got to the doctor Monday for my doctor's appointment, heart rate was 126. Okay, 126, 127. So I asked my nurse, I said, so what is considered not good? Because when she said her baby's heart rate is 127, which is good, I said, so what's not good? She said when it's 120 and below. Still, no one's pointing that out. She didn't tell my doctor this, that the baby's heart rate is XYZ. No one's pointing this out. So I'm just like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go home, talk to my mom, talk to God, and I'm gonna make my own decision. So my decision was to actually go to the hospital that night to check myself in. So I got there at 3 in the morning. I really just took my time because I was really overwhelmed. I was really emotional. I filmed that what was in my hospital bag that night. I filmed the day of us getting the news about the heart rate dropped or whatever. So I was really emotional. I was really pissed off because I just felt like my doctor was not there for me, especially, you know, me being a new mama. I just feel like I should have got more support from her, but I didn't, but whatever. So yeah, so I took my time, and by the time we got there, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. So I just wanted to get my emotions together because I did not know what was going to happen. I didn't know, you know, me signing papers, me answering questions. I just wanted to go to the hospital in good spirits. I didn't want to go annoyed and pissed off and look like an angry pregnant bitch. I didn't want to do that. So I took my time. Me and my boyfriend did some inducing exercises because at this point my cervix still was closed. I didn't dilate at all. So yeah, so we was doing, girl, pregnancy yoga and shit, trying to like at least get my cervix to open up, to do something, to dilate, do something. So girl, we was eating food and we was doing yoga exercises, and I just want to take my time, and he put me in a better mood as the night went on. So as the night went on, we ended up driving to the hospital. Got there, like I said, around 3 a.m. But let me tell you something. Me going to the hospital at 3 a.m., girl, that was the best decision I ever made because I was the only person in there. I didn't have to wait long. I got there, and it was boom, boom, boom. So got to the hospital, and you know, it was like, so why are you here, blah, blah, blah. Signing the papers, letting them know, boom, my baby heart rate has dropped. And I did start to like, her movements were smaller and smaller. Like when you get to like 9 months, the kicking kind of stops, in my opinion. Well, in my experience, the kicking kind of stops. You feel her turning and sliding more. Like that's kind of the motion you feel. You don't really feel like those sharp punches and kicks anymore. Sorry. So I did notice that heart rate dropped and she ain't moving that much. So baby girl, what's up? So I let them know that, and they put me in this room, and 2 nurses come in and they put me on the baby monitor, and they do notice that there's not much movement going on. And around this time her heart rate was like 130, so it went up a little bit. So this doctor come in, y'all, right? It's this man doctor. He's really nice or whatever like that. And long story short, he's like, okay, I want to check your cervix or whatever. So he checks my cervix, and as he's, you know, he's telling me, okay, I'm gonna strip your membrane a little bit. It's gonna be a little uncomfortable. When I tell you, that shit hurt so bad, y'all. I didn't know when they say induce, they literally mean I'm gonna stick my fingers up your vagina and break your water. That's literally what that is. So at this point, he didn't break my water, but it's like whatever, this is what I'm guessing, y'all. Whatever is covering the water, I mean the sac that she's in, the placenta or whatever, he had to strip that. So he's like this in my coochie. Okay? And I screamed and was grabbing onto that nurse's like uniform and crying so bad. Like, I have a really high pain tolerance, and it's not much that has hurt me throughout this pregnancy, y'all, but that was a feeling I've never ever felt before. Like, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, and I'm probably gonna get emotional throughout this whole thing. Okay, but yeah, that's okay, girl, you ain't even halfway through. But no, that shit hurt. Like, that, I've never felt that way ever in my life. And like, I couldn't hold on to my boyfriend because it was the 2 nurses on the side, so he was just sitting there just watching me go in pain or whatever like that. And I know he was like so worried and stuff like that. But yeah, so he stripped my membrane, and then he says, well, I do have good news for you. You are 1 centimeter dilated. So those yoga poses and yoga shit that we was doing at the house, it worked. Like, so if you're trying to induce your labor or whatever like that, and you want to you feel like you baby girl or baby boy ain't moving and she ain't opening up, look up like inducing yoga poses or whatever on YouTube, and they work. So I did dilate 1 centimeter from doing that. So yeah. Oh, and have sex. So yeah, once that's over, they was like, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and move you into the birthing room. So I get moved to the birthing room. I have a really nice nurse. I'm so grateful. All my nurses that I experienced in my hospital was A1. They were all nice. Unfortunately, none of them were black. I feel like I need to disclose this just because of the experience I've had with my black doctor. Like I said, I'm not gonna say her name anymore throughout me talking about this, because I don't believe in tearing other black people down, but I just want to let you guys know the experience I had with her, and I just don't appreciate how I was treated, and I feel like we should look out for each other, and I was not looked out for. And it's sad that I had nothing but white doctors, and they took care of me with the best care. Nothing but white doctors and white nurses. And I don't know. And when I tell other people this story, they all are like, yeah, unfortunately in the medical field, that's how you get treated by your own people. So yeah, I just want to be real and let you guys know my story. So yeah, she's really fucking nice or whatever, and she's, you know, hooking me up to all the shit, and she's letting me know, you know, your baby's this, your baby's that. Baby's heart rate is about 130, 132 throughout the entire night. So it hits about, I'll say 6 a.m. Hits about 6 a.m. and this doctor comes in and is like, hi, I'm gonna be blah 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 blah. So they put this thing in you. It's like a balloon, okay? They put it in you, and they say it mimics the baby's head, right? They say it mimics the baby's head, so it can kind of trick your cervix or your water into breaking, and it tricks your cervix to open up. When I tell you, that was worse than him stripping shit in my vagina. It's like, it was a, I wish I could explain this feeling to you guys, but it's like, you literally won't get it until you go into labor, until you experience yourself. The best way I can explain this to you is it feels like, you know, you gotta take a shit and it's like sitting right there at the bottom of your stomach and you like constipated as fuck, like you can't get it out. Like it's literally just sitting there and like you on the toilet at this point rocking back and forth trying to get it out. That's how that feels. For the most part, like that's the best way I can describe it. But add that feeling and add like 5 more notches on that bitch, and that's how that shit felt. So at this point I still don't have epidural, so I'm feeling all of this for at least an hour. So I'm like trying to sing, y'all. I'm trying to lighten my mood. I'm playing Christmas songs and shit, and I'm just trying to like, I don't know, I'm just trying to make myself feel better. Ow, this shit hurt. Let it snow. and I don't know, he's trying to make me feel better, trying to be silly, trying to, I don't know, but that, I was like dying. Like I was like, oh my god, like the pain I was in, especially when they put it in. It's like when they, it's like every time they put something in, it's like I don't know, I'm like getting tired just talking about this, but it's like every time they put something in me, it's like, remind you, I had a doctor's appointment that day. She checked my cervix, she got her fingers on me. I come to the hospital, he's stripping shit. Then I come to the birthing room, they putting balloons inside my coochie. It's just, it was a lot of things entering me that it was just too much in one night going on with my vagina, okay? And like cervix still not busting open. Like, baby girl, she's tight. Like, I'm not understanding what the fuck is going on. So I am going through this or whatever like that. It's hurting really bad. Then the epidural people finally come in like an hour later. Y'all, can't even talk. So, what'd you say they did, baby? They stuck these balloon things up me to help soften my cervix and help start the contractions. So I've been having contractions.
You can do it, baby, just breathe.
So I've been having contractions. And yeah, it hurt really bad. I don't have an epidural yet because they're waiting on labs and stuff to come back. They waiting on labs and stuff to come back, and so I don't forget what the fuck she said. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on this pain shit, but they got the labs and stuff to come back for the epidural. So when it's time to get the epidural, I get the epidural. But now I'm just dealing with the contractions by myself, and they're about maybe about 5 minutes in between when I start like hollering and shit, right? About 5 minutes in between. And I got really nauseous because I heard that the contractions bring it down some, baby. You can close it so you can see what you're doing. But the contractions, I'm sorry, what am I saying? What was I saying?
You're having the contractions and we're waiting to get the epidural.
Right.
Well, this shit hurts.
It do hurt. Oh, the contractions made me nauseous. That's what I was saying. And I threw up, y'all. I threw up all my Wingstop. I could taste the original hot in the ranch right now. And yeah, and they got this thing, Sean. You can hold it up so you can see, babe. I don't know if you can see. But they got this thing. This is what's inside me. Can you see it? This is what's inside me, making my contractions happen. Oh shit. But yeah.
I know it hurt, but we're gonna get through this.
Yeah, it hurts on and off. It's just very uncomfortable. That's all. Well, it's uncomfortable the whole way, but the pain is in and out. So I would say that. okay, so it's time for me to get the epidural. Of course, you know, you have to be very still at this point. I think they made my boyfriend leave the room because like the room had to be quiet, no distractions, like nothing could happen while you're getting an epidural, because I heard it's very dangerous. So I go and I'm leaning on my nurse to kind of, you know, holding on to her like this, and it was like, relax. She's making sure my shoulders are relaxed, because like you naturally you want to tense up when this is happening, but you can't. So she's constantly like, you know, trying to rub me down, and you know, she's really nice and really gentle, just trying to make sure my shit is relaxed. So they're pressuring their fingers in my spine, I guess trying to find the right spot to put, I don't know why I got that earring, but they're trying to find the right spot to put the epidural in. They put it in, and it's not spreading. Like, I only feel it on my right side. I don't feel the medicine spread to my left. And they're like, it's the girl that they're training that she put it in, right? So she ain't do it right. And epidural, I'm not afraid of shots. So shots don't necessarily, I mean, they hurt, but I'm not dramatic about them. But it's the medicine, I think, that was really like burning me. So it hurt, and it kind of made me cry a little bit, because it burned more than it hurt, and I only felt it on my right side. So mind you, I'm still feeling that constipated feeling. I'm still feeling that in the front. Nothing is leaving about that, because this balloon shit is still inside of me, and then I have a burning sensation in my back. Okay, so a lot's going on. So I'm like crying, and I'm just, you know, I'm not crying like, you know, moving, but I'm just like kind of dropping tears, but I'm still like trying to take deep breaths and just trying to stay calm. And they were like, you're doing great, you do so, they were like really encouraging me, because they was like, you're doing so much better than a lot of women. A lot of women get really, you know, dramatic when these things happen, but I don't want nothing to happen to me, and I don't want to be paralyzed. So I'm like, I don't got nothing to do. I'll have no other choice but to be a big girl and just suck the shit up. So I'm holding on. Then the real man that knows what he's doing, the one that was like coaching her through it, he comes in and he sticks it again. Like we take a break, and then he sticks it again, and I feel it kind of spread to both sides, but it's still more dominant on my right side. So I guess from their knowledge, they're like, okay, it's in there, and they like kind of take this little pin and was like, what do you feel? I'm like, I don't really feel it like that. So the epidural numbed my back, my butt, and my legs, but my stomach, you guys, I still feel everything in my stomach, and it numbed my vagina too. So after they put the epidural in me, they waited about 30 minutes. Another fucking doctor comes in, this African lady. She was so loud, like it's like in these situations, I don't need you to be loud. Like, she was so loud. And even when it was time for me to like have my baby, like when I had my baby and we was like in the postpartum ward and I was trying to get her to go to sleep, this lady still was extra loud when she was coming in there trying to check her, and she was really pissing me off. But she's loud, so she walks in and she's the one, she's like, okay, I'm gonna break your water, okay? So since I'm good and numb in my vagina area, she breaks my water. That doesn't hurt because I'm numb. I feel pressure, of course, but it doesn't hurt. So once my water breaks is when shit kind of hits the fan. So my water broke, and in about 30 minutes my doctor comes in, my OB, the one I've been talking to y'all about, the one I've been having problems with. So she comes in, she's sticking her fingers up me too. So she check in and she sees that I've dilated at this point of about 6.5 centimeters. So I dilated 6.5 centimeters, and she's like, okay, looking good, you're doing good. So at this point they check for the baby's heartbeat. Baby's heartbeat is not there. So she's like, okay, emergency C-section, go. So everybody is like, they taking stuff off me, they hooking stuff on me, and this is why at this point nothing was filmed, because my boyfriend is in the corner like panicking because he don't know what the hell's going on. We had a whole plan of how to film this situation, but when it got time for this to happen, when they didn't hear a heartbeat, and like I'm laying there kind of out of it because I'm just in so much pain because I still feel it in my stomach. I'm just trying to close my eyes and just breathe. Like, so while she's breaking my water, my eyes are closed. I don't even look at my doctor. I just know her voice, and she's checking me, eyes still closed. I'm just trying to just pray, and I'm just crying. And I'm just trying to breathe, because like, you know, at this point you say that you don't hear a heartbeat, so it's like I'm not asking too many questions. I'm just trying to, like, you know, keep it calm. So so yeah, so they hooking me up or whatever, and they give me to the C-section room. So I'm on this stretcher, they rushing me down down the hall and all that kind of stuff, and I get in the room. and then her heart rate went up, but it shot up to like 180. Like her average that night was like in the 130s, so it shot up to 180. So then they was like, okay, she's back. Like they was like, you know, heart rate's back. And they asked me, they said, do you want to go through with a C-section, or do you want to just try to wait it out and do it natural, because she's, you know, she's back up and pumping, right? So I'm like, I just kind of want to wait. I didn't want to really do a C-section, so I said, can we just wait and just, you know, monitor it? And they was okay, yeah. So the doctor was like, I'll be right back. She told everybody in the C-section room, monitor it for about 10 minutes and then give me a call. So they're monitoring. Still, my eyes are closed. My boyfriend has to go to another room because he has to change into, you know, a special suit or whatever to be in the C-section room. So he eventually comes in and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm not sure. So he's just holding my hand and just trying to comfort me. He's not asking too many questions because he don't want to like get me nervous, or even him be nervous, because, you know, this is our first like experiencing this. So he's just like watching stuff, trying to keep calm himself and then trying to keep me calm. So I hear them call her and they was like, it dropped back down to like 120. So at this point, like, my baby's stressed, and it's the epidural that she's not agreeing with. My body didn't agree with it because I threw up after I took it. I haven't thrown up my whole pregnancy. I threw up while I took it. It made me super nauseous, and then it put my baby in distress, which made her heart rate jump really high, then jump back down low, then jump high, then jump back down low. So they're on the phone. They was like, yeah, she dropped again. They were on the phone. It was like, yeah, baby's heart rate dropped again. And I hear she was like, all right, we'll go ahead and go through with the C-section. So at this point, it's out of my hands. C-section is happening. They giving me more medicine because, you know, you have to be even more numb to get cut open. That medicine makes me sick. I'm throwing up in the C-section room, and the doctors are talking to me. Everyone's in the room is really nice and encouraging. And she comes back in. She's like, okay, we're gonna do this, all right? You're gonna be all right. So as the C-section is happening, you don't really feel anything. You feel, only thing I feel like I truly felt was them take her out. And it's a weird feeling to describe. It's not something I can like be like, oh, it feels like this. You feel the pressure of it's like, you know, she was sitting right here for 9 months. So it's like when that is out, I felt everything kind of drop, and I felt like them literally like pull her out of me. You know, it didn't hurt. You don't feel it, but you feel it. You feel pressure, but you don't feel pain. So, and then all I see is like her, and she ain't even crying yet, but like she like lets out this like scream that she still lets out to this day. But she lets out this scream, and then he looks at me. He was like, she's here or whatever. And then they take her away, and after that, like, I'm still numb, but you just, it's hard to explain unless you go through it, but you literally just feel like a release. Like, even though you can't physically feel nothing, emotionally, everything, you just feel a release. And I think I cried again because it's like, okay, she's here and she's okay. And then he actually gets to go see her first because, of course, I can't move. So he's seeing her, and yeah, he comes back in and he was like, yeah, she's here. And he was like, she got my eyebrows. And I was like, okay. And I was like, she got your lips, because when we had like ultrasounds, even though the ultrasound you can't really tell, her lip shape was consistent every time they would take a picture of her face. So I knew she had his lips, and he was like, yeah, she got my lips and stuff like that. And yeah, and then she was here. She was born at 148. December 15th, 2020. She was 6 pounds, 8 ounces. And yeah, like, that's pretty much it. So they take me to the postnatal ward, and y'all, I am shaking. Like, whatever medicine it is, I was shaking like this for like an hour. I guess as it was wearing off and I was coming back, and my body feeling and stuff was coming back, I was shaking like this for like an hour. So I didn't hold my baby for like an hour because I didn't want to, they asked if I wanted to hold her, but I just didn't want to hold her like this. I didn't want to hold her shaking. I wanted to be calm to where I could hold her. And then when I finally held her is when they were is when the lactation nurse came in and was teaching me and letting me know about, you know, breastfeeding and stuff like that. So that was like the first time I got a chance to hold her, is when I once calmed down. But yeah, she's a beautiful little girl. She's Sagittarius. She's very feisty already. Like, she screams to let you know she's hungry. She's not like It's not like a little wan, you know, a little wine. It's like a girl, what you doing? Let's get on it. I need to eat. Like, that's how she acts. So yeah, she's my little fire sign and she's so beautiful. Unfortunately, I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm not gonna show her you guys yet. She's only 5 days old. Like, I just want to enjoy my time with my baby. Like, I'm still getting to know her. Like, it's so many things that I'm still like in the dark about when it comes to her. Like, I'm still getting to know her every day and what works for her and what don't work. So I just don't want to plaster my baby all over the internet right now, and I hope you guys can respect that. I'm not saying I'm just this big celebrity or anything like that, because I don't look at myself that way, but it is to a point where I don't really know who watches my videos. When I put on Instagram that I gave birth, I got so many messages from people that I have not talked to in years that was telling me about my channel. And it's like, it's exciting. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful. I love y'all. Like, y'all my niggas, y'all already know that. But it's a scary feeling. And then, like, she's like a baby, and I don't know who watches me with good or bad intentions. Like, I just have to be honest with you guys. It's people that watch me that I know don't like me. So I just would prefer to just, you know, keep her to myself for now. Y'all know I'm gonna be on YouTube forever, so you guys will see her eventually. You may see her next week. I may change my mind next week, but as of today, this is just my decision. But her name is Timari Londyn Scott. And she's just my little angel. She looks just like her dad. Like, she has my lips. I mean, no, she has his lips, his whole like cheek area. She has his eyebrow. She has his head shape, everything. The only thing she has of me, I think she has my nose, and I think she has my eyes. But everything else, she looks just like her freaking dad. So I held her for 9 months for her to look like his ass. But you know, it's all good. She's beautiful, and I love her so much. And I'm just so grateful that she's here and that she got here safely. I'm just so grateful to God that he even allowed me to go through this. And I don't know, when you give birth, you feel like a brand new bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's just like, dang, I did that. Like, I held it down for a whole like human, and like they here, and like I don't know, it's a great feeling. Like, I never thought that I would feel it, because having kids was never in my plans. But the fact that she's here, it's a scary feeling that like you have literally someone depending on you, and it's overwhelming. But it's like an amazing, beautiful, overwhelming situation. I cry like all the time now. But it's not like a sad cry. It's like just emotional. Like, damn, like I really have a kid. Like, I don't know, unless you are a mama, you understand. And I used to hear this all the time, because I like watch people labor and delivery stories before I had a kid. So I would just wonder, you know, what it feel like when they say that. It's really an indescribable feeling, and you won't understand or won't know until it happens to you. But it's amazing. It honestly is. Like, all the pain, this part of my hair always sticking up. But the pain and everything that I went through, it was all worth it. Like, I ain't gonna say I would go. Some people like, oh, I do it all over again. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I do it all over again, but I will say it was worth it to bring her into this world, for her to be safe and secure and healthy. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself, and I just thank God. I thank my boyfriend, because he was here the whole way and has been so supportive and just been very gentle and all of that. So I'm really grateful for him. And yeah, I'm really happy. And yeah, so I just wanted to share my labor and delivery story with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Well, I already said that, but just in case you forgot, don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.